Here's the Deal is sponsored by RX Sports, the official CBD partner of FloSoftball, the all-natural, highly concentrated CBD product perfect for all your training and recovery needs. Visit rxsportsinc.com/flowsports for an automatic 20% off your entire order. Defy your pain with RX Sports.
What are you talking about? Oh, the plate is like this big.
You got the batter box.
Wow.
We
made it. We made it. After all this time away, I finally made it.
Months.
I know.
Months of me at this table, this huge table all by myself, and it just didn't feel right.
Yeah. Well, I needed to socially distance myself from you.
Yeah, I mean, we're kind of distanced.
Yeah.
Our producer made us get closer at the beginning of the show, so it's his fault.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it feels really good to be back, and really good to be back with you guys back in the studio.
Yeah. Love it.
Yeah. I mean, there's been tons of changes around here. Don't get me wrong. We have to get our temperature taken when we come here.
Yes.
There is hand sanitizer and wipes all over the building.
We do wear masks. Mm-hmm. We don't have them on for the show.
Yeah.
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 All kinds of stuff.
We got Allie still in Lake Jackson.
Allie's, here she is. There she is. She's still in Lake Jackson.
She's actually 45 years old now.
I am. I sit on the porch in the mornings, my coffee. I mow the lawn more than I usually would, and just doing all the good stuff. I really have aged at least like 20.
Yeah.
45. It sounds like she's more like 65. Honestly.
Yeah. What does it feel like to be 65 now?
Do you have a rocking chair?
She does.
Yeah, it's a rocking chair. Yeah. I sent a picture to Chaz.
That was meant to be a joke, but okay.
Yeah.
No,
she has. She definitely made one of those New Balance purchases that like the old like dads wear.
Yes, the dad grilling shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dad grilling shoes.
The white New Balances
with
the navy.
Yeah, I'm going to take a picture for y'all, like, because, I did order some New Balances, so I'll take a picture for y'all.
Yeah,
and,
I really can't wait to see the New Balances. We're so happy for you, Ellie.
I know, thanks. You know what? I just needed to grow up a little bit.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, let's not say we. I don't know that I'm happy for her. She missed out on a good portion of her life.
Yeah. Well, COVID has fast forwarded things for her.
I got a lot more silvers coming in.
I know,
same.
With
COVID, but
same.
Enough of our shenanigans. We have.
Yeah. So,
pretty awesome guest.
If you guys have been watching the news, reading Twitter, you're on Facebook at all, I'm sure you're plenty aware of what's transpired in the last week with Yard Dawgs and USSSA. There was a tweet sent out by the GM, Connie May, that sent shockwaves through the softball community. And there's people on both sides, arguing about this very tweet, but the 18 players that were on that team decided to take a stand, and we're no longer going to represent Scrapyard.
Yeah, I would say this is not just the softball, like shockwaves through the softball community, of course, yes, but this made national headlines. Like, there is an article in Times, there is an article in a bunch of other major news outlets. So this was a big one. This is a big deal, and like Ches said, there are opinions on both sides, but we have one of the players to talk directly to us.
Yeah,
today.
Welcome to the show, Sam Show. What's going on?
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Of course.
Yeah. Could you walk us through what happened on June 22nd? It was the opening day of the Yard Dawgs USSSA series, and kind of what transpired following the game.
Yeah. So we lost. So that was hard in general. We get into the locker room. People see what was put out on Twitter and quickly deleted, and it was a very easy decision. I think we were all together in that, and that's where the unity kind of played into it, but it sucked, and it's been hard this past week. It was a week yesterday, and so just coming together as a group, relying on one another, and trying to build the game, grow the game the right way. And I think the platform that we had a platform in the beginning, but now the platform that we have to grow softball all around is really special. And we're definitely taking steps in the right direction now. Obviously, we're continuing to play. But what happened that night, it was hard for all of us. And it's something that none of us will ever forget. But I think it sparked something in the softball community to open their eyes and kind of realize what's going on.
Was it the message of the tweet? Was it the medium that the message was kind of used to get the message out, or was it the fact that somebody was speaking for you, or what was the issue that the team had with the instance that happened on the 22nd on opening night?
Just the fact that we were getting spoken for. I mean, we're individuals, we're professional athletes. You don't see an NFL team or an MLB team putting out stuff like this. So just the fact we were getting spoken for was the main thing.
And then following, we know, just like through what was said through some of those articles after that, the team walked out, and you talked about coming together. What were the initial discussions after stepping away from Scrapyard and coming together with a plan? Can you talk about how that all unfolded?
I felt like we've had at least 500 meetings in the past week. Probably pretty close. But initially it was just figuring out if we wanted to play still. And then obviously the expenses that come with that. Trying to figure out how to get stuff together, get uniforms, just all this stuff that typically takes a very long time to put together. We were trying to figure out in less than a week. So very grateful that we have women on our team that have connections and have played this game for a long time and that people respect. And so some of the women took charge, and we've been running with it. Still having tons of meetings and trying to figure out, how to go about it the right way. But like you said, we've made waves, and to ride these waves out and to help the softball community grow and learn and share our stories and educate and make people aware that the professional softball world is on the uprise, and we're trying to grow it to where we can make careers out of this, or showing young athletes, no matter where they come from, what background they have, that this is a sport they want to play and that it's so much fun. There's a career in it. So like I said, we're still having lots of meetings and we're trying to figure it out, but the message that we're bringing to the table is really, really good.
Yeah, certainly there's a lot of stress involved with meetings and trying to figure out where your funding's going to come from. And then, in reading through the tweets of the players themselves, there's a lot of emotion as well. People were saying they felt hurt, they were misrepresented, someone used the word disgusted. So with all that stress and with all that emotion, I'm wondering what was it like the next game when the team decided to come back and play as This Is Us?
Emotional. That was our big stand. It was making a huge point, and that's where the most waves were made. I was very emotional. It was between the videos that were played from Pride and This Is Us, the stand that we were taking, just the fact that we were able to get out and play like 5 days after what happened, I think spoke volumes. And the fact that we went out there and we played free and we had fun, and then we won on top of that. We had 4-person panel to kind of explain what happened. And that was streamed live over the live stream, which was really cool, because ultimately that's where our audience is with COVID and all the guidelines. But it was just a really awesome experience to be a part of. Very happy that the Pride has been sticking with us throughout all of this and continuing to play against us, because if there wasn't another team in the other dugout, like, we wouldn't be able to get our message across and spread our love for the game and stuff like that. So it was a huge moment, a very cool moment, like goosebumps all the way around throughout the game. And now we're just on a roll.
Can you talk about, you mentioned the word powerful, and I think one of the most powerful things that the team did was you had the last names of some of the most prominent and well-loved Black softball players in the community. Can you talk about how that concept came together, and then what did it mean to the players wearing the jerseys and the players that were represented?
Yeah, so it just was happening in one of the very early meetings. We were trying to come up with our statement and what our uniforms were going to look like, what our uniforms were going to have on it. And we wanted to show that these Black softball players, present and past, that we appreciate what they've done for our sport. And so everybody got to pick who they wanted. Obviously, Kiki Stokes wore herself. Kelsey Stewart, I think she has her own. But just giving back to what they've done for our sport, and giving young Black softball players, like, you can do it, showing them that this is possible and being successful at it and being great at it. Because unfortunately, this is a predominantly white sport. I think AJ Andrews said it's like a 4 or 7% of the athletes in softball are Black. So trying to grow that number and show them that they can play this sport and be good at it and have a great time and make the friendships and the memories and learn the lessons that everyone that has played softball, they can learn those lessons as well.
Who did you choose to wear, and why did you choose her specifically?
Yeah, I chose MJ Knighton. She played at Nebraska, and just what she's done for Nebraska softball, kind of her legacy there. She's strong, powerful, and she went out and played the game the right way, respectfully. And, that's how I play the game as well. I want to go out there and make a statement, and that's what she did. And don't know her on a personal level, but I've gotten her number and we've exchanged a few texts. And obviously her sister Shay is playing for the Pride, so I thought it was a really cool deal to kind of intertwine those two, because Shay's last name's still Knighton. Of course, I have 99 on my sleeve, but it's cool the fact that we have sisters in the sport playing, and they've done it well, and made a name for themselves in softball. And obviously, Kiki Stokes played at Nebraska. Taylor Edwards played at Nebraska. So it's just a really cool legacy to see throughout this professional game.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's so cool.
So I believe y'all created a website. So this is softball.com. And, y'all been having these post-game panels. My question for you is, how can people follow and support the team at this moment?
Yeah, so obviously the live streams are happening. If you go on the USSSA Pride's website, following our games there, following all Pride players and This Is Us softball players, we will be posting on our personal sites. Hopefully we're going to be having some social media pop up soon, but going onto that website and just reading our statement, learning what we've done, watching the video that we have put out. Pride has also put out a video about what we're trying to do here in this few weeks of playing. But just staying connected, reaching out if you have any questions, and yeah, just continuing to love softball, and hopefully if you're in the Florida area, specifically Vieira, coming out and watching a game. Fans are allowed, obviously, social distancing, but they've been really good games so far. We've gone back and forth. It's 2-2. So,
Awesome. And aside from like headline news, we've all been dealing with quarantine, and you've decided to make the travel to Florida. Can you talk about what you were doing prior to going out and playing pro softball, and then what did it feel like to finally get on the field?
yeah, so I was playing in my backyard. I had a net set up and a tee, and had my pitching mat, and I would throw into the net. Very lonely. I'm used to playing on a team sport and practicing with my team, and I wasn't getting to do that, which was hard to stay focused and dedicated because the season was sprung on us pretty late, so it wasn't like there was a lot of time. Of course, I was training and lifting. When I say lifting, I was doing HIIT workouts with my body weight, but and that's hard. Like I was used to, it's my first year out of college. I'm used to being in a weight room with my girls and doing that, but it was a really cool experience, especially when we got here finally, getting back out on the softball field. None of us were physically ready for that, which it was nice because we all kind of got to take this journey together to get back ready. I don't even think we're honestly 100% physically ready to be back out on the softball field, but each game, taking it one step at a time. The group on our team, we're so close, and there's only a few of us because some had to go home, unfortunately. So we're a really close-knit group, obviously, with the situation, but just going through it together and taking it one pitch at a time and having fun and sticking to what we know and playing with the purpose.
Nice. One more question. So after this stint with This Is Us Softball and USSSA Pride, you jump on over to Athletes Unlimited. When does that start? How do you feel about that new venture?
Yeah, it starts middle of August, I think. We haven't got our dates quite yet, but I'm super excited. I think it's kind of nice that we're doing this all in Florida because it kind of gives me a little taste of staying in one spot, playing in one facility. I'm so used to traveling around the country, playing college, but I think it's going to be really fun. 4 teams, 56 players. There's going to be a lot of great competition, and just giving softball a little bit of a new look with how it's ran, but ultimately having fun and continuing to grow the game. And I think it's going to be nice because we got picked up by some pretty cool people to air it and reaching a new audience and new audience members to just fall in love with this game. So it's going to be really good and hopefully the future of professional softball.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us, Sam. Really appreciate you taking the time during this time of stress. But like you said before, you have such a positive attitude and outlook going forward with this that you're just happy that you can play softball.
Oh yeah, that's been my main goal this whole time. I just want to play softball.
Well, thank you, Sam. And one last thing, how could people follow you and keep up with you? Where should they go?
Yeah. So on Instagram, it's Show Me What You Got. Twitter, it's Samantha Show 03. I have a TikTok, Show Me What You Got, my horrible dancing, but I have a lot of fun on that, so that's good. But yeah, that's it.
Awesome. Well, awesome. Thank you, Sam. And Tyler, if you can roll the This Is Us softball video, and then that'll take us out.
Monday night changed our lives.
While we were playing our first game of the season, a tweet was sent out on behalf of the organization that was insensitive, offensive, and ignorant to the movement going on in this country.
We will not stand for this. We will not be spoken for.
We will not have our voices taken away.
We're here now to do 3 things.
The first is to raise awareness.
We are here to spark a necessary change in the softball community, gaining and sharing knowledge about racial injustice in our world.
The second is to empower.
We're here to encourage our community to love, accept, and to confidently stand up for themselves, those around them, and the Black community.
And the third is to unite.
We're here to instill strength and inspire cohesion between people of all backgrounds, communities, and walks of life.
We don't know what the future holds, but we can promise you that we will work to ignite change.
To listen.
To stand with the Black community.
And to stand up for equality.
We ask that you stand with us.
This is a new beginning.
This is us.
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 It's a really great video.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty awesome.
Jade Hewitt.
That's your girl?
Yeah, Jade. Jade's a unsung hero.
She is, man. She knows her stuff, and she knows how to get it done. And with the quick turnaround too, obviously with the quick turnaround that they had. But yeah, luckily I had the privilege of working with Jade in the past, and she's great. She's awesome.
Sam, anything come to you that you want to tell the audience watching that video, kind of to close it out?
To stand up for what you believe, even if it's a little uncomfortable. If you think it's right and in your heart you know it's right, then you got to stand up for it. It doesn't matter if you lose Instagram followers or friendships or just relationships in general. I think being a good person is very, very important, and standing up for what I believe in, it was an easy choice, and I'm very grateful that I did what I did and that I'm still able to play the sport that I love and have a platform that I do. So like I said, follow all the girls on This Is Us Softball and Pride, because what we're doing is very special, and we're growing the game one game at a time.
Awesome.
Well said.
Very well said. I have nothing to add to that.
Yeah.
I've got nothing.
No,
That's the deal.
There's nothing.
I think that's the deal.
That's the whole deal?
Yeah.
It's all of the deal.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the deal.
That's the whole deal.
Thank you, Sam.
Thanks, Sam.
Yeah, thank y'all. It was a lot of fun.